You ready for this?
Hell yeah.
Esto va a estar más fácil de lo que esperaba, ¿eh?
You're gonna have to do it better than that, pal.
Acabemos con este.
Let's go.
Alright, welcome to the first After the Fly, where we literally picked up after the On the Fly review. Now, for those of you who haven't seen the On the Fly review, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. I probably won't remember until I actually watch the video, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't put a link in the description. So I'll try to remember to put a link in the description for you guys. But we're starting out in jail, and you're like, dude, you were just a little kid in the last video, and now you're starting out in jail. What the fuck's going on here? And so, to clear that up, I have something popping up soon. And I know from the last video, those of you who haven't seen it, when a pop-up pops up, it cuts my audio out. So it will be, it's coming up here in like a minute. I think it's like a minute long. It's fucking epic. It shows why I am where I am now. And this fight scene is insane. Like, showing off the fighting dynamics of Uncharted 4 here. I'm fighting this like stereotypical Spanish dude. I'm not really exactly sure where we're at 100%, what kind of jail we're in. Maybe we're in Guatemala, something like that. But the reversal system, the actual fighting system, I love it. This is, to me, this is better than Batman Arkham Knight. Or not Arkham Knight, but Arkham City. That was the last one I played. I have not actually played Arkham Knight. I heard it was actually not that great of a game. And this fucking guard, this guy's like the straight up stereotypical Cuban guard. Like, he's an asshole. And this prison is just one of those kind of prisons you hear from the movies. Like, I don't know if prisons in other countries like Russia and Guatemala and Mexico and Cuba are like this, but if the prisons are like this in real life, this is freaking insane. Like, we go on this little tour here because I was fighting in the yard, and obviously you get punished for fighting in the yard. And you'll see as we go through here, and actually that little clip's coming up here soon, so my audio cut out. I'll try to give you a heads up before it just kind of stops, because I know in the last video I was talking and then it stopped, and I had to remember what I said when I came back on and finish out the sentence, and you're like, "Do fuck?" But yeah, we're basically in the hole right now. Like, I mean, in real prisons in America, in the United States, you've heard of the hole. At least in the movies, you've heard of the hole. I don't know how much the hole actually exists. Everybody in the movies talks about how the hole is like this crazy dark room where you're by yourself for hours on end, 12 hours a day, or 24 hours a day, or 23 hours a day. Then you get like an hour out or something like that, so you don't go batshit crazy. Alright, but here goes that cutout coming right now. I'll let that play through, and this actually explains why we're in jail. When I come back, I'll explain where it took place.
Any chance I can take a shower? Morning, boys.
Hey! I'm okay! I'm okay! Get up the stairs. Shit, the engine's out. What? I can fix it. Just cover me. Damn it! Come on.
Damn it! More coming!
How's the engine? Making progress. Working? Yeah, come on. Get us out of here. Abre la reja. Head straight to the island. Naked.
You speak a little Spanish.
Get ahead. I can barely see out there. Shit! Get them off of us! Do the best I can here! Nathan, hurry!
Just hang on!
On your right! Watch it, watch it!
Oh, shit!
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that little cutout. That was a freaking epic scene with, and right there is what I'm talking about. Look at that dude just getting brutally beat. There's blood all over the wall. He's just smacking him in the head with his nightstick. Like, he's just fucking that dude up, dude. Like, that was just that. Like, if prisons are like, look at the rats running around. Like, this dude taking me somewhere crazy. Like, where's this guy even taking me right now? Like, where the hell are we going, right? And so, like I was saying, if prisons are like this in real life, holy crap. I've never been to prison. I hope to never go to prison. But where that cutscene took place that we showed in the video a second ago was actually the very, very beginning. Now, there was some issue for some reason after I downloaded the game. It started up, I was playing, and I recorded the beginning. I recorded the whole beginning of the boat ride, but the problem is something was wrong with the disc. The disc was dirty, or it had fingerprints on it. I mean, we all know rentals, right? I mean, we're not renting from Blockbuster anymore, but GameFly is a rental service. Hundreds of thousands of people use it. Hundreds of thousands of fingers are touching the games. Even though they're Blu-rays, they traditionally don't get scratched. They still can mess up. It's a disc. It's a disc getting read by a laser. And this dude's actually talking about what's going on here, and this gives out right here that he's actually working with me.
I'm sticking my neck out for you gringos.
Yeah, and Rafe is paying you a lot of money for your trouble.
See? But not nearly enough.
You were told not to open that.
Yes. I was also told not
Why'd you read the letter, you son of a bitch?
not to bring anyone here.
Because everybody
not to
reads the
be
letter.
Inmates. But here we are.
Just be careful with that. It's 300 years old.
If somebody handed me a fucking letter and was like, don't read this, but we're going to make some money, I'd be like,
I was a member
Okay.
of Captain Henry Avery's crew. You know who that is?
He was a
especially if I was in this guy's position.
The pirate who pulled off the biggest heist in history and got away with it. I looked him up.
That's great.
Over
Can we-
$400 million worth of gold and jewels, all from one single ship. The Gunsway.
I'm familiar with the story. Can you get to the point?
I occupied the highest cell in the Spaniards' prison. Here. I hope someday you will find your way into this infernal place, bear my cross, and discover the riches of paradise.
What? What do you want?
The riches of paradise.
It's a metaphor.
No. You and your friends did not pay to get into this infernal place in search of a metaphor. I want in.
Right. I'll tell you what. Let me go up there, check out the prison cell. If there's still anything there after 300 years, you can take this up with Rafe. Come on. Letter. Por favor.
How you gonna get up there anyways?
Climb. Oh, unless, of course, you want to do it, since you want in and all.
Just don't break your neck.
That's
Alright, like I was saying, being that it's a used disc, being that it's a disc's period, when you get your fingerprints on a damn greasy ass, after eating, you fucking just ate a bucket of KFC, and then you got your GameFly game, you ripped it open, you fucking threw it at the PlayStation, and then you slipped the disc in, and you were like, and you ate some more fucking chicken, you constantly, and somebody else did that, and it just kept touching the disc. Stop touching the goddamn used disc. If you're gonna touch it, wipe it off. Come on a GameFly. Like, wipe that shit off before you send it out to somebody. But it works. It's a Blu-ray. We just had to take it out, give it some tender loving care, and wiped it off and kept it moving. But it did fuck up the video. I didn't get the whole video, and I was like, damn. Because there's actually a scene where we're riding in the boat for a minute. Like, we're going and going and going and riding the boat, and they're shooting at us, and we're trying to avoid them, and we're crashing into them with the boat, and they're exploding until the very end there, when the boat actually crashes into us. And now there's a transition scene, just like how he transitioned from the hell yeah, and then he was getting his face beaten in. There was a transition scene from the boat to where the beginning of the On the Fly video started. So, like I said, for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll try to remember to put the description in the link in the description box below, so you'll be able to click on that and check it out. And a few of you actually have. A few of you hit like. I appreciate the hell out of that. The more likes I get on these videos, the more they get out there, the more your friends are able to see them, the more other people are able to see them, the more everybody's happy, because I'm like, they fucking like Uncharted, let's make some more goddamn Uncharted videos because I like playing it. And I'm sticking to the score I gave it. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the score was in this video, because obviously if I told you what the score was right now, what's the point of going back and watching that one, right? So, the score, playing more of this game, holds up, holds true. I'm pretty far into the game now. I've played a good 15, 20 hours into it. I don't know if I'm almost beating it. I'm to a point where it's, I think I'm like chapter 7 or 8. I don't know how many chapters. There might be 13 or 14 chapters. So maybe I'm pretty close to the end. Maybe I'm not on chapter 7 or 8. I have no freaking clue. I won't know until I load the damn game up. And this is actually sweet right here, where you have to move the box over, because in older games like Tomb Raider and stuff like that, you would have to do that shit. Like, you would have to move something or pull a lever, and the game would do it for you, obviously, because the mechanics weren't as great on the PS1 versus PS2 and PS3. But as they evolved, stuff like this happened. Like, I was about to jump up there and run off, and then I remembered, hey, he said there was something in the toolbox under there, and that's where I was. That's why I jumped back down and went and grabbed it, and it was actually my grappling hook. And this is the second time we're actually using a grappling hook. And the grappling hooks are insane. Like, the grappling hook is like, to me, this looks like the new Spider-Man game. Like, we throw it out, and obviously it's a little, you can't really mess up, because when you hit the L1 button, it gives you a little icon there and shows you where to put it. I don't know if in harder difficulties, like I think this is on normal, if in like hard or super hard, the game gets, it just doesn't give you that icon or something like that, because no matter how many times you die, well, if you die, I think 3 or 4 times, it'll start to give you hints. So if you ever see hints drop up in my video, you know I cut out some death scenes, right? So, little Easter egg there. If you ever see hints, that means I cut out something. Because you got to die like 4 or 5 times to get a hint. And I don't think I died in this part. I did die in another part, and I didn't put that in. I don't have any other little drop cut-ins like that, because, like I said, it does cut out the audio. And what's the video without damn audio, right? Oh, shit. I almost fell there. And, like, I love that shit right there, where he's climbing up the wall and the fucking wood breaks off. Because, like I was saying, in Tomb Raider, you would have to move stuff and you'd have to climb. Like, I remember playing the hell out of Tomb Raider and climbing over a mountain, and I think it was in Tomb Raider 1, I got to this other part and there was a giant T-Rex there. And I actually found an exploit fighting the T-Rex. I went into a cave, and the T-Rex would come up to me, but he couldn't fit in there. He couldn't fit his mouth, he couldn't fit his nose, but he would know where the enemy is. So he would keep coming up there and, like, roaring at me. So I just kept shooting him in the mouth with my fucking Magnum with Lara Croft, and took that T-Rex down. Now, I don't remember if you got experience in that game. I don't remember what the basis of Tomb Raider is. Like, this game, you don't get any kind of points to level up your character. There's no actual levels. You don't actually get any better with your skills. You just kind of keep playing, and you find that he knows how to do some wicked shit. Like, he's doing some wicked parkour moves right now. Like, he's wall running, he's free running. I think it would be awesome if they incorporated planking in this. Like, they should have incorporated a planking system for Uncharted, so when you take your snapshots with the share play, you would have been able to get some wicked fucking Drake doing planking on, like, the wall here in the window seal or something like that. But that's probably just my personal own little thing I would love in there. I don't know if anybody else would like that. Let me know in the comments if you want to see fucking Drake planking somewhere. Like, could you imagine that? Like, the Instagram being blown up with hashtag Drake planking, and then the real life Drake starts to plank or something like that. It's planking, like, it's whatever, man, right? Like, shit ain't gonna happen. But, and this is cool too. The grappling hook is not just for fucking jumping over the ropes. Like, it's for pulling out stuff. Like, obviously we fucked up right there. We should have held on to it longer. I think we let go. But you just hold on to it and you pull it out. And, like, I don't know if stuff like this was in the older Uncharted games. Like I said, I don't remember. So, jumping from wall to wall,
This is pretty awesome.
I know for sure that was in the other Uncharted, being able to do shit like this, but not as advanced. Like, this whole video is me scaling these walls. Scaling these walls, trying to get through this building. Like, you've seen in the very beginning, we looked over, and it was a cabin across the cave and shit. And normally, in older video games, you would go and you would see that little cutscene, and you would look with that dude, and he would be like, "Yeah, it's over there," and it would just instantly transition you in to being over there already or close to it. Like you would jump over something, and the cutscene would skip through about 10 minutes of this work, and you would be in this room by now. Like you might have to go through here and maybe jump up or something. And I actually got really lucky in this scene because my girlfriend asked me, she was like, "How long did it take you to do the puzzle?" And I'm like, "What puzzle?" And she was like, "The puzzle where you do all the Roman numerals and there's like pictures and shit." And I'm like, "Well, what do you mean? What are you talking about?" She's like, "Well, when you go and you scale the building and you go through and you look at your notes and you got like a sun." And I'm like, "Well, it didn't take me very fucking long." And you're gonna see in this video how many tries it actually takes me, because I don't cut any of this out. Like, and I love that right there, where you actually flip it up, you flip it around, you look at it, you have to examine it. It really plays into the. And the reason I didn't like Uncharted's before was because I thought they were just straight puzzle, like mind-bending type puzzles, but these are actually awesome. Like the way they incorporate it and the way you go through, the way you go back and look at your notes, and like he's constantly drawing shit and writing shit. And here we go. First one, failure. Second one, and he just fucking pulls it out. And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude." I was like, the second one, I went up to it, and he pulls it out. And she's like, "What the fuck?" And you see, we went across this entire area for a treasure, and that's what Uncharted's all about. It's finding these treasures, and it looks like a cross with Jesus hanging from it, and it's got some weird writing on the back of it. And we just examine it, and it looks like it might be broken at the bottom there. I wonder if it's what the fuck. Whatever. He just look. Is there anything else in there? Like, now watching movies like Indiana Jones and stuff like that, like sticking your hands in holes, like for real. Like obviously you stuck your hand in that hole because you pulled the thing out, but what if there was a trap in there? Like what if you stick your hand in there and there's a bunch of scarabs from the Mummy? Or if you stick your hand in there and a spike stabs it. Or you stick your hand in there and like a rat fucking made a nest in there and there's just a shit ton of rats coming to bite your ass. Like, I would not personally, I would have something, like I would have a stick or something to stick in there first to see what happened. Like, this game completely skipped that. And from there's a couple times where he sticks his hands into stuff and he's like, ew, and it was like a slime goop. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's what you get for just sticking your hands and stuff, man. Like, if you learned anything, it's don't take a ride from a stranger, and don't fucking stick your hand in a hole. Like, if I walked up to a place and there was a hole, like if I was an archaeologist and I had excavated this ancient tomb, and this tomb was full of like crazy shit, like, and there's a puzzle and I find something and I go to it and I'm like, okay, cool, I figured it out. The rock came off and nothing happened. So, oh, there's a hole behind the rock. Let me just stick my hand in there right now. No, fuck that. I'd have an assistant like, dude, stick your hand in there. I pay you enough. Like, for real. Like, I mean, whatever. You got the fucking treasure. You got the little cross thing that you were looking for, and this for some reason took me forever right here. And I don't know why this took so long to get over, but I think I actually I might die here. I don't remember. I died in a couple parts that I had to cut out, but I decided not to add those in because of that video that cut in before being so long. And in future videos, I will probably continue to use that because that is a sweet fucking feature to be able to have scenes cut in and show you what happened, show you what's missed, show you stuff that got cut out of the video, show you, like, with that issue I had with the disc, and I wasn't able to actually record any of that video because it gave me an error code, and it basically made me go back to the very beginning and eject the disc and old school it, and, like, if it was an old school NES cartridge, I would have had a blow on that motherfucker, and I would have lost all that shit. So, hopefully I can get, like, a screen fucking capture system thing or something to where I don't have to rely on the share play, to where I could just record all that shit while I'm playing and I don't have to keep hitting the fucking button every 15 minutes. Like, they need to up that shit to like every half hour. Like, that would be badass if Sony decided to, when they upgraded the PlayStation, because I guess they're adding folders to the PlayStation to where you'll be able to organize all your games and shit. but they need to upgrade the share button. They need to allow you to either put up an hour of video, 2 hours of video at a time. Keep up with the SHAREfactory. The SHAREfactory allows you to edit 90 minutes of video, so that would make everything easier. And I guess in a way it would kind of be hard because you would have to remember an hour and a half from now. But remembering every 15 minutes is sometimes a pain in the ass because you're looking at the clock. You're like, it's 5:58 right now. It'll be 6:13 when I gotta hit the share button. You're playing. You're like, oh my god, so much shit is happening. I'm gonna record all of this. And you look at the clock and it's fucking 7:14, and you're like, fuck, I missed a minute of gameplay. And that minute of gameplay was fucking crucial because sometimes stuff only takes a minute. Like there's one scene, and I might put up a separate video for it. If you want to see a separate video for it, hit that like button. But there's a part in Uncharted where you get to play a fucking PlayStation 1. And I'm not going to tell you what game he plays because if you want to see the video, that'll be the surprise. So I'm actually going to have to go back and play. I might have to start the game over to get that scene. I might be able to pick a chapter. But I'm going to get that to you. If you want to see it, hit the like button. If we can get 5 likes on this video, I will put up Drake playing the fucking PlayStation. It's like a paradox. Like, if you follow me on Twitter at Hayward, I posted a picture of the TV that he's playing it on, and it says PlayStation, and it's the old logo, and it's the old setup, it's the old controller. It looks phenomenal, and it's amazing. It takes you back to your childhood, like when you were sitting there playing PlayStation, and it's awesome. So, like I said, if you want to see that, all you have to do is hit that like button. No pressure, but it lets me know you want to see shit. We got a little talkie scene here with this motherfucker.
Drake?
This dude is a dirty son of a bitch.
Place was picked clean.
Literally
There's a
and
clue up there
metaphorically.
somewhere. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, we just walked and got all the way over to that gas when we find nothing, bro.
Could have been another tower that collapsed centuries ago.
Yeah.
There any plans to this place? You know, like blueprints?
Could be.
He got fucked up in that fight, huh?
Okay, great. Go look through those, okay? See what you can dig up. Meanwhile, I'll talk to Sam. He's our Avery expert.
Is he wearing the same jean jacket that he was wearing in the last video?
Right. I'll look through the files.
Yeah.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Are you done talking to him?
And see, that's what I was talking about right there. They actually, instead of showing us walk through that room again, obviously you didn't need it, the power of editing, they just skipped ahead and showed you the storyline. They just used, basically this is all loading screen. Usually cinematic CGIs are usually for loading and rendering the rest of the game, especially big open world games like this. So the longer the story, I mean obviously it's also to tell you a fucking amazing story.
Lo siento, chicos. Tengo que irme. Claro, te vas cuando estás ganando. Para ti, ¿eh? Jesus, they worked you over good. You all right?
Just another day at the office. Come on.
Hey, whoa. You're gonna keep me in suspense, are you?
You were right.
No, we were right. We just gotta find.
Oh, you lying son of a bitch.
Please.
Oh, come on. Like you said, we did this. You and me. Now this rich asshole comes in on the tail end.
How long have we been trying to get in here?
We had some leads.
No, we didn't. Okay, not one. So like it or not, no Rafe, no Vargas, and no getting in here.
Speaking of Vargas, we got a problem.
What kind of problem? Did he let you into the old prison?
Yeah, he did.
All right.
After he read the letter.
So how much does he know?
Enough that he wants a cut.
Shit. Rafe, if anybody else finds
He
out
just
about
threw
this,
away a
it'll
whole
work
fucking
out.
cigarette.
Don't sweat it. Right now, let's get on to more important matters.
All right. Let's find somewhere a little more...
In jail, where cigarettes are like gold. Cigarettes and Snickers bars, that's what I heard.
All right, coast is clear.
Okay, so what do we got?
Oh, shit.
Huh? Hey,
May I?
just be careful, okay?
Wood with gold and silver inlay. It's well made.
Oh, so it is broken.
Why would
All
we
that work
go
and this
through
shit is
trouble
nothing.
hiding a cheap crucifix?
It's not even
Not a
Jesus.
crucifix. Technically, a crucifix is a representation of Jesus. It's not Jesus.
Well, you're right. There's no crown of thorns. He's tied to the cross. Well, if it's not Jesus, then
Read the inscription.
Digna factus recipimus. We receive.
We receive the due rewards of our deeds.
Look at you.
It's a benefit of growing up in a Catholic orphanage. That's St. Dismas.
Yeah. Penitent thief. What's the connection?
Guys, let's just pretend I skipped all of Sunday school.
Okay, during the crucifixion, Jesus is placed between two thieves, okay? One of them mocked Jesus. The other one, this guy, was penitent. Okay? He accepted his punishment with grace.
And Jesus brought him to paradise.
Penitent thief.
Yeah. What? You figured it out?
There is a cathedral of St. Dismas in Scotland.
Wait, the last sighting of Avery was in Scotland.
That can't be a coincidence.
You know, I had my doubts about you too, but let's find Vargas. Get the hell out of this shithole. Let me guess, this is the guy you picked a fight with?
Didn't know he had so many friends.
Le dije que no habíamos terminado.
Mira, ya nos
This dude
ganaste.
means business now.
Muy tarde para hablar. Aquí no sales. You know what? No te metas.
This is epic as shit right here. Because this is a whole room of people that we're fighting. But this is the first time we have somebody else helping us. Like in the beginning of this video, you seen me fighting by myself, one-on-one this dude. And then he brought his whole goon squad. What do you want to call them? Their gang. And we're just racking them. And like I said, I love the reversals. Because it's not really the same thing over and over again. Like you see right there, he grabbed my wrist and I banged him up against the wall. And right there, I love this little animation here that we do. This reminds me of WWE wrestling here. When he, I'm pretty sure he does something with it here. And if he doesn't, I'm sorry for building up the hype. Building up the hype train if he doesn't do anything. Yeah, but he's just like a couple of the animations obviously are the same where he hit him right there. But like, look at that, where he just grabbed his arm and he fucking hits him in the nuts with a nut shot. And like I was saying, this is definitely, to me, this is definitely better than Arkham City fighting. And I think the reason it's better is because in Arkham City, it was just all about combos. Like, there was just combo after combo after combo after combo, and you grabbed stuff out of people's hands, but people never really grabbed you, and you backed them up against the wall, or had to press, like, action buttons, kind of like a God of War sequence. What's that to do with the knife? Yep, that's the guy with the knife. Oh, he's fucking me up. That looked like a sniper rifle there first. Is that a sniper rifle? Oh, no, that's the blood coming out of my face. Alright, here it goes. And this reminds me of WWE wrestling right here. Oh, it's not gonna fucking happen. If it doesn't happen, I'll tell you what I think is gonna happen, or what I thought happened, because I'm pretty sure it happened. And like, this fight is just epic as shit. Look at this right here. And he's trying to kill me basically. And right there you see I'm almost dead, and we just right there in his head. Like straight Mick Foley, The Rock, Boiler Room brawl status. He just smacks it down on his head. Old school, and this is crazy. Boom! He just he just beats him down. How is he not dead? Like, if he's dead, holy crap. And I don't know, because I think you can still hear him breathing when he's doing it, or they show him move or something. He might be dead. Like, dude just beat him down. And right here, oh shit. We found out you a fucking liar.
Are you bringing in contraband?
Vargas.
¡Cállate! Who do you think you are? Llévalo a su celda. Trae a los gringos a mi oficina. Déjanos. Déjennos.
queue long enough. We almost got killed, you know?
You still might.
Vargas? Seriously?
Oh, I didn't find anything. It must be in a different tower.
This dude that we're working with looks like he needs to be in a mob. Like he looks like a mobster, like a mobster movie.
Catholic. I always carry one.
Funny.
Hey, look. It's worthless, all right?
You think I'm an idiot?
Okay, you want to renegotiate? Fine. Stop acting like a third world thug. Put the gun away. Thank you. We're willing to give you 10%.
Think half.
We're doing
Don't
most of
get
the work.
greedy.
20, and you'd never find it without us.
25 equals.
25. Does that sound fair, guys?
Suppose I can live with that.
Sure. Maybe 400 million divides nicely by 4.
Looks like we have a deal.
Yes, we have a deal. And if you ever cross me again...
Where did he get the knife from? Like, I know who he got the knife from. When the hell did he get it? Like, I just thought about that just now. Like, I played through this whole sequence, and when I played through it, there was a shock factor. I was like... And it was completely crazy to me that he just stabbed the shit out of this guy.
Guys, what are we doing here?
Drake's like stunned. Like Drake's face is what my face was like when he stabs him. But I just realized, like, when the hell did he pick up the knife? Like, really? Like, when did he pick up the knife to stab that dude? And that transition right there, I thought was really sweet. I hope you like that. And we're leaving out of the fucking prison. We're trying to escape from this motherfucker, and escaping from places like this is insane because you're running through the back alley here. And you're just, and they're shooting at you, and I just stand there for some reason. Like, the dude's got a machine gun, and I'm shooting at him. Or he's shooting at me. I can't shoot at him because I have no gun yet. Oh, you're dead end, motherfucker. And that's what's nice about playing with 2 people. When you have you and your, and I don't know if there's multiplayer in this game or not. But when you have you and basically a companion, because there's no mini-map, the companion will kind of give you ideas on where to go. Like, he'll, like right there, he just said, hey, boost me up, dude. And I'm like, all right. And then I ran over there, and there was the triangle button, and he jumps up there, and then he kicks the ladder down for both of us. And we get, and this fucking dude, excuse me, motherfucker, I want to get out of here too. Look, now I'm getting shot by a machine gun, you son of a bitch. And yeah, the hardest part about this game, and really the only dispute I have with it, but it's not really that big of a dispute because it makes you actually explore, and then you find little trinkets and little treasures, and you're like, ooh, a piece of candy. And I'm not talking about the kind of candies you get from Pokemon Go, neither. Aw, shit. We done fucked up. We done fucked up. We gotta fight some gods here. And, like, why wouldn't they all attack me? Now, they explain this in a fight scene in a movie, in, like, a breaking down of why all the people don't attack you at one time, and it would take focus off of the actual fight and make it less epic. And obviously these people would be able to swarm me and just beat my ass right away. But they explain, and this being a video game, basically they're trying to portray it as a movie. And look at that fucking double choke slam, dude. Love it. Love the fighting in this game. Love the fucking cinematics in this game. And like, I enjoy playing this game right now. And like right now we're trying, like I said, right now we're trying to escape from the prison here, and we just gotta fucking move this shit out of the way and get to this little great area.
Come on, after you.
Get through. And basically, I mean, a big portion of the game is played with a companion-ish type character. Like, you usually have a second half, and I think if there wasn't a second half, they would have been forced to put a mini-map in, or you would have been getting fucking hints a lot faster than you do. Because some of this game, I mean, this game is not hard, but sometimes you do get lost, and you're like, where the fuck do I gotta go? Because of how many different ways, I guess there's really only one way to go to each position, but there's so many different things you have to do. Like, you gotta jump up on this, and scale that, and jump over there. Like right now, just to get away from those dudes shooting me, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I'm gonna get out of this area. And like, they're not shooting at me right now, but I'm just fucking mindlessly jumping everywhere until I figure out that you can jump down there. Because, and he's waiting over here. Obviously, I didn't hear him, or I would have known to just jump down there right away. But you could die fairly easily. Like, there's areas where you jump off of and you break your legs and you're dead. They go for the more realistic factor of if you jumped off the roof of your house, you would collapse. And in Drake Uncharted, you're not going to, there's not a doctor to where it's like Grand Theft Auto where you get patched up and then you come out the hospital and go fucking nuke a bunch of police officers all over again and just keep doing it and just keep paying money to get yourself fucking, if GTA was realistic, your guy would be Frankenstein. So, like I said, they go for the more realistic zone here, and it's fucking epic when you finally make stuff like this, and it's like, you're so drawn into it, it's so believable. And we're coming to an end in this video, so I'm going to leave you with this scene here, and I'm going to peace out. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe if you're new, and share so everybody can see this shit. Peace.
Sam, no. No, you hold on! Hold on! Sam! Give me your other arm! Come on, reach! No! Sam!
We gotta move.
Oh no, he's still down there.
No, he's gone. Come on, the boat's just beyond the wall.
No, I can't. Can't leave him behind.
Nate, your brother is dead. Either come with me or join him. Just have it your way.
Sam. Oh God, no. No. Sam. I'm coming. Okay, keep coming, right?